Welcome again. I'm Vanessa Graffi with the Office of Student Services and the Faculty of Education. I have with me today my team. I've got Jane Larson, Shelby Crawford, I have Mark Powell, Teresa Boyle may jump in a bit later on. We'll see what she's juggling with advising. And I also have one of our BA Educational Studies students who's been working with us over the summer, and that is Vanessa Lonzi. I'll also be inviting Lindsay Lamour. She is the Associate Director for Experiential Education for both the Bachelor of Education and the Bachelor of Arts program. And so she's going to jump into one of the slides and talk a bit about the community placement, EDST 3999. That will be for students who are heading into level 3 this coming year. I'm also going to be asking Vanessa Lonzi to talk a bit about her experience in 3999 a few years ago, so you can get a feel of what might be coming up either this September or for the following September. I have Mark Powell. He's going to help me with my slides as we start moving along. So thank you, Mark. We can move to the next slide. Great. So as I shared, this is the team that are here to support you. Please don't be shy if you need to book an advising appointment at any time. We offer our advising on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 until 4. And we ask that you book your advising appointment through the booking link. You'll find that on the Faculty of Education website. You go to current students, and then you go to advising, and you'll select undergraduate student advising. If you have a quick question or just looking for something, nothing, deeper than 20 minutes of needing an advisor, you're more than welcome to email us at osp@edu.yorku.ca. Shelby, who I'll put you on the spot, who is now new with us, she joined us in May, and she looks after the emails and any sort of urgent requests that need to be brought to the attention of our academic advisor. So she's sort of the first point, and then she moves your requests over to us to support you. Okay, next slide, Mark. So this is a friendly reminder. You're in the BA Educational Studies program. Some of you may also be in the Bachelor of Education through the pre-education option. And we're not really going to talk a lot about that today. This is really about your 4-year BA honors degree. What you need to ensure is that you are planning with your BA EDST courses. Traditionally, really in your first year, you should have had those that are bolded, EDST 1000, 1100, and 1200. You'll also be required to take the following courses, which is all required: 3700, EDST 3999, and EDST 4999. And then along with that, there'll be 18 additional credits that you need to have at the 4000 level, 6 credits.
Vanessa, I just want to jump in for a second there. I think we have a typo.
Okay.
That should be EDST 3800, Research Methods in Educational Studies.
Thank you, Mark, for catching that. We'll make sure the slides will be sent out to all the students who had been invited to come to the session, and I'll make sure that that correction is changed. There's also the rule of the 21 credits general education courses. And then again, you do know that you'll be required to take 39 credits at the upper level, 3000 or 4000 level. And remember, those can be inside, so with BA Educational Studies, so EDST courses, or they can be outside. So they could be a social science course at the 3000, 4000. It could be a social work course. It could be history at the 3000, 4000. So you don't have to take all the courses within the BA Educational Studies. We want you to have a degree that makes you a little bit different than your friend next to you, right? That's what this interdisciplinary degree is about. Branching out and finding other courses taught at York University that you find interesting and that can come into this program with your BA. You have to make sure that you have a minimum of a 5.0 out of 9. That is an honors standing for the degree. Okay, anything less than a 5.0, that will mean you may hear from me. And that's when we want you to maybe meet with an academic advisor to try and plan what will be best for you to move your GPA up. But you do need to be graduating with a 5.0 for the 120 credit honors degree. Next slide, please. So the degree progress report.
I'm sorry for interrupting. I am not able to see the slide clearly. It's very tiny.
Oh, anybody else having problems with the slides?
Is it, maybe it's just me?
Yeah, it might be, Marcia. I'm sorry.
Oh, hold on a second. Yeah, I am on full screen and it's the same thing. It's just a little
little one.
Box.
To my team, can you see the slides okay? Does it seem to be full size? Yeah.
Yeah, it's full size.
Okay.
Okay.
So again, Marcia, we'll be sending the slides out. This isn't just
perfect
for me. Okay.
You know what? That was me. I'm sorry. I just clicked something there and it's fine.
Okay,
sorry.
good.
Sorry about that. Sorry for interrupting.
Okay, thanks, Marcia. So the degree progress report, this is a pretty good tool and all of you should have access to it because all of you have finished at least your first year with us in the BA Educational Studies program. Again, some of you are going off to your level 2, level 3. So what you do is you log in to your degree progress report and it will show you the courses that are already meeting the BA EDST requirements and what courses are still outstanding. Now, something to note, and I've mentioned it in the bottom, if you are in a major minor, so we have a handful of students who are doing their major in educational studies, BA, and you may be doing a minor, let's say psychology or history, something else. Unfortunately, the degree progress report won't work for you. So it is straight, it's for students who are in their straight BA 120 honors degree. Okay, again, I'll send these slides out soon, hopefully tomorrow, more like Friday, and then you'll have the link to take you into the degree progress report. I think I'm not going to make Vanessa speak right now, but Vanessa said it was really good to use over your last few years as you were finishing off your BA degree, because you didn't have to second guess if you were meeting a certain level requirement or a certain number of credits for something. So it really does sort of, it's tapped into your program and making sure that you're on track. Next slide, please. So what I've got on this slide is to show you all the BA EDST courses that are planned for fall winter 21-22. So you will see all of these ones posted now on the course offering. Many of you will have your enrollment windows in July. And I just want to note that it is the registrar's office that is responsible for giving you your enrollment slot date. There will be one change that's going to be possibly made in the next few days by the registrar's office, and that will be your level. Right now, you may log into your record and it may only show level 1. After June the 25th, the registrar's office changes students' records, all York students' records, to the appropriate level based on the number of credits they have completed or have gained. Okay, so if you see yourself as level 1 right now, but you know that you should be level 2, and I'll talk about that in a moment, how many courses or credits changes you from one level to the other. Again, the registrar's office will be planning to do that on all students' records after June the 25th. Again, they are also responsible to give you your enrollment window date. And the dates are based on the number of credits students have completed in their undergraduate program over the years. So what I do know, we've all been York students, me, Mark, my team. We know that as you're heading into level 2, sometimes your enrollment window is not one of the earlier ones. It could be one that's mapped in around the middle of July, okay? But here's the courses that you can plan to take for the coming year. But I can't say it enough. Please think about other courses other than just educational studies. You've got a lot of room. There's a lot of great courses that York offers, and love to see you sort of plan that. Maybe Vanessa will talk a little bit later on about the kind of courses that she blended in with her BA program that were outside of educational studies. The one in the middle, highlighted, research methods in educational studies, 3,800. Did I get the right code?
Yeah.
That is a required course, okay? So all of you will need to take 3,800. It is the research course. Honors degrees at York require students to have some sort of research component course in their degree. So you could try to plan this second year, but most students take it in their third year as a level 3. Jane, you were going to ask a question or share something?
I just wondered, do you want to hold out for questions until the end, or can I just shout out a question that's in the chat?
Yeah, could we do that? That's easier for me because I too, Mercy, I have a small screen, so I can only juggle so much and see. So let's wait till the end and then I'll jump into your QAs for everyone. Okay. Thank you. Okay, next slide, please, Mark. All right, so here's the levels. And this is based on York University's academic calendar. This isn't my plan. So if you have completed less than 24 credits, okay, then you're at a level 1. If you have completed between the 24 credits to less than 54, you are a level 2. From 54 to 84 earned, you're a level 3. And then level 4 is identified as 84 credits or more, okay? Now, why I'm sharing this with you is because students who've already 2 years here at York and are now moving into what we'll call their third year, you would hope that you are going to get EDST 3999, which is the community placement component of your program. And if you want to go to the next level, Mark, or the next slide, Mark, what we do is I actually welcome and I will look at students' records that if you are between 48 to 54 credits completed by the end of the summer, this summer, then I can help you to move you into EDST 3999. So you can start your experiential education, community placement, however we're going to call it. But your record may still show as level 2 because you have not completed the 54 or more. So again, EDST 399, if you've completed by the end of the summer, 48 credits in your BA program, then we can have you enroll in 399 for the coming year. Okay. It also means at level 2, you can access 2,000 level courses and 3,000 level courses in our EDST. If your record shows level 3, then you have access to enroll in 2,000, 3,000, and 4,000 EDST course levels. And then level 4, well, you got pretty much everything. You're at the end. You're at 2,000, 3,000, and 4,000, okay? Where you see on level 3 at the end, it says minus EDST 4999. So to jump into that placement, you have to have EDST 399 completed. So you have to have that one done before the other, okay? If you have any questions about your levels, and we'll just sort of wait until July when you get closer to your enrollment, you can email us at osp@edu.yorku.ca. But pretty much this is the plan for your enrollment. This is no different than all other York undergraduate programs, the way that the students plan out their curriculum and prerequisites and how many courses you should have at a 2,000, 3,000 before you can jump into a 4,000. Okay. Next slide. So this is the experiential education component of your BA program. This is where for the full year, EDST 399, you may be in a placement, an actual community placement. I'm going to quickly look and see if Lindsay Lamore is with us. There, I do see.
I am. I'm sorry I'm late, Vanessa.
No, it's good. I'm just sort of figuring out. Hi, Lindsay. Good to
Hi,
see you.
it's nice to see you. Or
So,
hear you, I should say.
Yeah, you're not going to look at me. I got crazy hair today.
That's all right.
Plus, my internet's not super strong. So if I put myself on video, I'm really nervous that I'm going to lose you all. So if you don't mind, we're just sort of jumping into the component of the BA program where in their level 3 and their level 4 years, they are actually not in a class. They're not doing a course. They are actually doing a community placement, or if they're going to be working or helping out in an organization, or so many neat things have been moving along with our experiential education. So,
and it's evolving. It's evolving, Vanessa.
It keeps evolving. I love it.
It keeps evolving.
I'm going to move it over to you to talk a bit about
the
slide. Thank you, Lindsay.
So I'm going to welcome everybody. Thank you for the opportunity for me to speak. And if there's any questions at the end, by all means, I'll be happy to answer with the information that I have today. As I've just told Vanessa, things are evolving on a day-to-day basis. So with your course, the EDST 3999, it's a course plus an opportunity to be connected with an experiential education opportunity. And this is your opportunity to really get your hands on with real life experiences. It's an opportunity to plan and try out things and make real connections from your theory into your practice. So with the EDST 3999, we're actually providing 3 different opportunities this year for you. The first one is an independent study. So this can be independent exploration of a specific community, its purpose, and this is where you're going to make some connections in terms of its purpose, its environment, its economy, history, the strengths of the community, the concerns, and interactions of its diverse components as it relates to educational studies. So you're going to really unpack a specific community and make some connections as it relates to educational studies, what you've been learning in your 2+ years of the program. The other options, that's number 1. Number 2 is through a connection with one of our many partners that we have established within our faculty. Many community organizations and partnerships that we've had over the years. Now, in the past, and this has changed a little bit, as you can imagine, with COVID, I'll give you a list of the experiences that we have provided Ed Study students in the past. But again, this is evolving. As you can imagine, for example, we've had experiences with museums. Well, right now, museums aren't open yet. So our ability to facilitate partnerships with those kind of organizations at this time are very limited. So I'm going to give you a list of who we worked with in the past. And then in August, you will be able to see what organizations and partnerships are available for you for this upcoming academic year, which may be a little different than in previous years. So some of the examples are early learning centers, senior centers, museums, outdoor ed centers, family health teams, after school programs, libraries, opportunities to work with educational research has been an opportunity in the past, working with shelters or with visual programs related to visual arts or physical activity or outdoor ed centers. We've connected students with mentorship programs or programs that work with students with disabilities or adults with disabilities. So those are just some examples of organizations we've placed students with in the past. Again, there will probably be virtual options as well as in-person options. But again, the amount of opportunities and what opportunities are available are transforming on a day-to-day basis. So I wanted to let you know that, and we'll have a better sense in August as to what opportunities are available for this cohort for your practicum. And then the third option available for you is to be a part of a pre-ACE. So ACE stands for Advanced Credit Experience, and it's a mentorship program. So you will be involved, if you chose this option, you would be involved in a very intensive mentorship program, working with high school students and high school communities and community partners within the context of that high school. So that is also an option for you, and that is also evolving as we move forward. So it's actually quite an exciting year because students enrolled in EDST 3999 actually have lots of options, and you get to choose which opportunity best meets your needs, given your personal goals and professional goals moving forward.
That's great. Thank you, Lindsay. There'll be more communication going out to students who will be moving into level 3 about these options. And if it's going to be planned that you enroll in a specific section of EDST 3999, but that will come out to you all probably in the next week, week and a half. Because the last one Lindsay just shared about the ACE and being a mentor, like that's just brand new. That was just all planned a few days ago, I think. So very exciting, really exciting to bring those students on. I do see one question, which we'll come back to at the end, but about what day will this be available? Like what day are you in your placement? When is this? And usually there's a seminar course. So there's actual course that you enroll in for 3999. And there is like I don't know who's going to be teaching them this year, but then the date, and I might jump on you, Lindsay, the day of their actual community or mentorship, that could be a different day. Like that could be what works with their schedule, if I'm right, based on your course enrollment.
That is correct. Now, I think the pre-ACE will potentially be a designated day, so that's still evolving.
Okay.
Because it's related to the course, right? But with the community partner experience and the independent study, there would be flexibility there. Yes.
Great. Thank you.
My understanding. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's sort of what's been happening over the years, because we know our BA students, they're not in a fixed program like our Bachelor of Education teachers are. They're juggling courses here and there and everywhere that they've had an interest in. So we try to work with your schedule the best that we possibly can. And then I'm going to bring Vanessa now in to talk about her experience in 3999 and how that went. Like we're all trying to figure out what our schedule looks like, how she juggled her experience, community placement with her third year of courses. So thank you, Vanessa. Thanks for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me. So hi, everyone. My name is Vanessa Lonzi, and I have now completed the Bachelor of Educational Studies program. So just to speak a little bit about my experiential education. So in the 3999 course, I was placed in Best Buddies Canada, which is a nonprofit organization that runs friendship building programs within elementary and high schools. So the school programs created by Best Buddies help to create long-lasting friendships between students with and without intellectual and developmental disabilities. So my role at Best Buddies was to create different programs for these schools to run with their students and with the students with their buddies as well. So while creating these programs, I was able to learn a lot about accommodations and modifications that are important that we need to be implementing whenever you're working with a different group of people, especially those with disabilities, whether it's like in a school setting or outside of a school setting. So during my time here at Best Buddies, I also got to participate in a bunch of Best Buddy conferences. So it might be a little bit different for you guys just because now with COVID, mine was completely in person because I did this a few years back, and they were able to host conferences where a bunch of the schools came together with students with disabilities and their buddies. And we were able to just run some activities and play some games, have a lunch for all these students. So that was really great to participate in. I really enjoyed this community placement because I was able to learn a lot about a community of individuals that I wasn't already like that familiar with. And I was able to step outside of a community that I'm not usually comfortable with, or I haven't been comfortable with, or I haven't been exposed to. So that was really great. And as Lindsay had stated before, this community placement really helped me see how education works outside of a classroom setting. And to think about the fact that educators aren't just teachers. There's so many different types of educators out there, and there's so many different ways that we can be educating individuals. So that was really great. And then also just to, I know Vanessa, you wanted me to touch upon some of the courses that I took with the Educational Studies program. So I found a really big interest in social work courses and anthropology courses as well. So I took a couple of anthropology, but most of them that I took outside were in social work. There was a bunch of different like 3-credit courses that I was able to throw into my schedule, and it discussed matters that are relevant to today. So addictions and mental health, which I think is very important when you are working with groups of people. So yeah, those were just some of the courses that I had. And also with my schedule, the experiential education, we got to we were able to choose, well, for my placement specifically, I was able to choose which day worked best for me. So I know a lot of people too, like the organizations are very, they're very helpful, and they're able to work around your schedule as well, because they know that obviously you are busy with school as well. So you're able to like discuss that with your community leader and kind of just see where it fits into your schedule. So that was really great as well about the community. Yeah. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So thanks for having me, Vanessa.
Thanks, Vanessa. Quick question. Do you remember with 3999, all these nines, was it each week you were in the class for it? It was. Okay.
No, not in the class. Sorry. So each week we were just in our placement, and then we had like, I think 5 throughout the whole year that we were actually in the classroom with all the students. Yeah. Okay. So we only had jumped into the classroom like for check-in days, or the beginning we had like an orientation day, and then at the end we had our final assignment where we came together and kind of presented that. But throughout the year, each week we were just in our placements.
Okay. But if I can share with the students, even though come this September, if the plan for 399, the actual classroom, in-person, online, however it's planned starting fall, if it is every week, if it is every 3 weeks, you just need to make sure that you are available for the time that 3999 is posted on the course offering. And then, as Vanessa said, how she was able to work with the organization on a different day to be part of the community setting. And sometimes it's a full day. Sometimes it's an 8:30 to 4:30. I've heard sometimes it's an afternoon. It could be a 12 to 6. Sometimes it's 5 hours. But those plans will start happening more in middle of August. Because through Lindsay's office, you will be asked to complete sort of an online form where you can see the community organizations, if you're going to take that option, because there's a lot of options.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think how we're probably going to do it, Vanessa, is that all of those options will be available through the community practicum placement system, and then the students will choose. So then we can track it that way.
Okay, beautiful.
And then also through that system, they'll be able, for example, if they only have Tuesday afternoons available in their schedule, they'll be able to click Tuesday, and they will only see the placements that are available for them on Tuesdays.
Oh, that's great. Good. Yeah. Very good.
That's a way that we'll be able to manage it from our end. And for the students as well, so that they only see this the placements that are available to them on the days that they're available.
That's great. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Vanessa. If you have questions for Vanessa after the formal session, you're going to stay with me and we'll be able to bring her back to answer those. Next slide, Mark. There we go. We're actually coming up close to the end of my slides, so we'll be able to do the questions very soon. But I just want to remind our BA Ed Study students that you are part of Winters College. Just a reminder, York students who are working on their undergraduate degrees have an affiliation with one of the colleges at York, and ours is Winters College. And they are looking for Frosh leaders to be part of the early September plans to bring in the new BA and also AMPD students, because it's shared with the Fine Arts faculty of AMPD. If you are interested, please reach out or fill out the form to show your interest. We would love to see more BA Ed Studies students part of Winters College. It's a great college, and they have a lot of fun and they do great things. So to step away from just good old school, look at Winters College and look at all the great activities that they run over the academic year, and meet new people as well. So again, this slide will come to you. I know the 25th is coming up fast. I'll make sure that the slides get out to everybody by tomorrow, and then the recording may not be ready until early next week. Okay, next slide. And that is the end of our little BA session for students heading into level 2 and level 3. If we want, let's open up to questions, and what might be easier is if we do the hands up so I can see, and then we can kind of go from there.
Okay. I'm sorry, my hands up icon is actually.
I see it. Hi, Marcia.
I just have a question for Vanessa.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned about the presentation in the classroom. I'm just wondering if you could explain what the process was and how the presentation was, how you delivered it, and what you had to do for the presentation in the classroom.
Hi, Marcia. Yeah, so for the community placement, we kind of throughout the year, we were working on, we were doing some research on our community. So as I said, I was placed with Best Buddies. So we kind of were provided with an outline of things that we had to think about throughout the year. This was provided to us at the beginning of the school year. And we were asked to just look at things that maybe like we haven't really thought about before. So because I was working with students with disabilities, I was able to talk about in my presentation to my class. I went over what I did throughout the year. I was able to show all the programs that I created. And then I was also able to discuss with my peers kind of the accommodations and modifications that were important for me to work with, because working with students with disabilities, there was a wide range of them, right? So that's kind of just what we went over. We kind of just got to demonstrate to everyone what we did in our placements, and something that may be important to share with others when you're educating a group of people. So,
okay. So were there like, were you given like a questionnaire or questions that you had to answer, or?
Yeah, so we were given a list of them, a list of questions, okay. And then we were able to put it in any format that we wanted to present. So whether it be a PowerPoint, or we could do like a brochure and something like more physical to hand out to our groups. We were placed in like groups of 5 to 6 students, and we just presented it like that with our classmates. So I did a presentation, and then I just had I had printed out my programs that I created with Best Buddies, and I was able to pass them around and get everyone to look through that.
Sounds great. in your experience, or would they also accept things like video interviews in your presentation?
Yeah, we were able to kind of do our own style with it. And I think interview is actually really great because you can personally, from what it was 3 years ago when I took it, but if you were able to have an interview with someone in your placement, someone maybe you worked with, that would have been a great factor to include too into your presentation, because you could have yourself asked questions about the community or about things you're still wondering while being in your placement, right? And then you could have interviewed that person. So that's also something great that you could have added in that. But yeah, like I said, we were able to kind of go with it how we wanted to with our presentation.
Okay. Thank you. It sounds great. Thank you so much for your answer.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks,
you. Vanessa. Thanks, Marcia, for the question. Next hand up, I see Alicia.
Hi, I have two questions. So my first one is for the levels, as you discussed before, where would I find that? What would I find it when I see where my registration date is?
It should be showing on your record. So when you enroll and register, when you open up your York record, and I might put Vanessa on the spot if she has ever been able to sort of see her levels, so level 1, level 2, level 3. If not, I'm going to be honest, it may be something that we as your advisors can only see, but it is based on the number of credits. So that's another way to sort of view it. If you've got so many credits, and if Mark, you want to go back up to that slide of level 1, level 2, level 3, getting there. Yeah, or the red one, actually the other one. There we go. Because that's the actual York official understanding of what levels mean with the number of credits. So you can actually do your own kind of count on it too. But where me and the team come in is we give you sort of an additional few steps ahead. If you have completed your first and your second year and you're close to that 54 credits completed, maybe over the summer, we'll get you to move into EDST 3999 for that coming year.
Okay, thank you. And I just have one more question. For the upper level courses, 3,000 and 4,000 level courses, do you recommend that we start those in third year, or because I'm going into my second year, should I be taking 3,000 level courses, or just stick to 2,000 level?
I mean, I'm going to jump in. I might put Mark on this spot because he does a lot of the casing based on our committee requirements of at what point you can enroll in the upper level courses. But yeah, I mean, certainly take a couple of the 2,000 level courses. There's some amazing ones. And then if you have access to a 3,000, and Mark, if you want to go to that next slide that shows the 3,000, there you go. So as a level 3, you will have access to the 3,000s, but take 2,000s, that's part of your BA program. It will be mapped in as part of the 42 credits. And there's some great courses that are being offered at that level. You got to see what interests you, which of the courses really sort of grab your interest.
Oh, okay. But also for outside of the major, outside of educational studies, would 3,000 be allowed?
A good question. Yes, you should be able to. And here, some of you know, sometimes when you go in to try and enroll in a course that is not a BA educational studies, but you really want it, it's a history, it's an English, it's a psychology, sometimes the department holds off giving students access if they're not in that major. That doesn't mean it's a no, that you're never going to get into the course. They may be asking you to come back at the 3rd week of July when most of their major students have enrolled. And then if there are seats open, then you can get access to the course. But again, if you're heading into level 2 and you want to take a 3,000 level course that is not a BA Ed Studies, you possibly can. You can try to get into it as long as that course or that department doesn't have any prerequisite requirements for their courses.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Next hand up is Lauren.
Hi, hello. I just had a question about how long EDST 3999 is. Is it a 2-term course?
Yeah, it is. It's a 6-credit course. So it will begin after Labor Day weekend, whatever day that is of the first course class time. You probably won't be in your organization, your setting until maybe mid-September. Lindsay can correct me on that because they're just getting everything going. And then you're in it until the 1st to 2nd week of April. It's a full year course.
And is there any option to do it for the winter and summer term, or is it always fall and winter?
Yeah, good question. It is still only a fall winter course offering. It is not a summer option.
Great, thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, and to my team, are there any questions in the chat that I'm not able to see it? Sorry. Any chat questions?
No, chat's empty.
Chat is empty. Holy moly.
Empty chat box. Yeah.
I just have a question.
I see a hand. Hi, Sonia.
Hi, I just wanted to know more about FROSH leaders, like what exactly do they do? And yeah.
Yeah. So I haven't been one of those for many years, but they will be part of the planning committee for the new BA and AMPD students. There could be some in person. I know we are all trying to figure out how we can come back onto the campus safely come fall. So there could be some small groups that you're supporting. If it's games, if it's scavenger hunts on the campus. I've been hearing a lot of colleges thinking about that with small groups. As things start to grow a bit better, you could end up doing more things in the fall and the winter on campus. If there's trips, there's music, there's dancing, but they do a lot of good things. I think, you know, me and my team have been listening to Frosh Week for many years outside our windows of our offices. And it's just a celebration. It's in the past, it's always been music and games and pizza and just trying to get new students to meet new friends and be part of the college and the university. But because the fall will have a different feel, there could be some remote activities happening. But welcome again, if you'd like, tomorrow morning, I'll send you these slides and you can reach out to the chair, and I know that they'd be happy to share more with you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. And Marcia, hi again.
Hi. Vanessa mentioned while she was taking the EDST courses or the educational studies courses that she took social work, so have I, and the anthropology. I am actually finding a struggle in finding courses to take because one, obviously they ask for the prerequisite, and I find a lot of the prerequisite in other programs, you have to have like a prerequisite, co-requisite, which means you'd have to take it like first year. And just wondering if you could recommend any other courses that someone in EDST or educational studies can take.
Well, they actually, I'm going to jump in, Marcia. I mean, there are a lot of options. It's just, you know, and you know, we've got thousands of courses offered at York University through all the different faculties. Not everyone has a prerequisite requirement. They may have a prerequisite that you've had at least first year completed at York, that you've got some 1,000 levels, maybe not specific to theirs. I'm just going to sort of think out loud. I know we've had students that have been jumping into courses through the environmental studies and urban change. If they're trying to take a 2,000 or 3,000, they look at the courses that sometimes aren't the required ones for that major. There are a lot of courses outside. So it's hard, there's thousands, and the best is to sort of capture what interests you, look at the course notes on the scheduler, and And also welcome to send an email to the department and see if they can also make some recommendations. Sometimes they can see what are the courses that are hot and popular and which ones sort of are not, just because of general interest, and they can maybe sometimes advise you that, oh yeah, these courses don't fill up too quickly because it's not part of the major, but they're available, and that could help you out.
Yeah, right. Thank you for that. I mean, I have a prerequisite for a psychology course, and I was told that I couldn't take that course because I don't have the prerequisite, which I took it at another university. But I'm talking about like third-year courses. I'm just finding that it's very difficult to find a third-year course in another program. And I have searched, I have definitely searched the course offerings for that, but I never thought about, I never searched for the urban studies, which I will now.
Yeah, have a peek. And I know, I mean, again, Vanessa, you know, she got into some upper year anthropology courses, and they weren't making, there weren't any prerequisite requirements. And,
okay, perfect. Oh, yeah. I think all the ones I checked did have prerequisites, so thanks for that.
Okay, thank you. All right, any other questions? Well, if there isn't, I promise I will send you the slides tomorrow. The recording of this will come early next week because I need to get our communication representative just to clean it up a little bit from the beginning and right at the end. But I want to thank you all for coming today. We are looking forward to seeing you hopefully in person a bit come fall. A friendly reminder that the way the courses will be offered in the fall will be showing on the course scheduler when you're enrolling. You've got a lot of options. There's going to be remote, there's going to be online, there's going to be lecture, there's going to be blended. And what I will be doing is putting all these options in the July newsletter. So the student service newsletter that me and my team do each month. I'll be reminding our students how courses are going to be offered fall, and also in winter too. You could still be jumping into online remote courses in the winter, but we are really hoping to see more of our students face to face come January. So thank you again. Thanks to my team, to Mark, Jane, Teresa. Thank you, Lindsay, Vanessa, and Shelby for being with us today. Have a great day. Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Vanessa.